So Digit is a multi-purpose robot, and although we're starting in the logistics area because the demand is so high there, Digit can learn new skills. It can operate in the healthcare industry, retail, transportation. There's a whole world out there, but we're starting where the demand is highest and where we have the current feature set that can meet that demand. But AI now will be able to help us teach Digit new skills very quickly to move into these other markets.
Oh, I have so many follow-up questions. Let's start with healthcare, because we hear so much about the shortages of doctors and nurses and the burnout rates. Are robots going to be my primary care practitioner soon?
I think you'll never take a human out of the loop, but you can really see a robot coming in and maybe just doing some of the task work that happens inside of an operating room or inside of a doctor's office, just bringing instruments to the doctor, not perhaps doing everything the doctor does, and certainly there's an empathy side that you want to keep in the loop. But a lot of the other tasks that nurses and other healthcare personnel find to be a bit of a drudgery part of their job, you can see a robot stepping in and taking that, leaving the human to do the part of the job that they really enjoy most.
Which hopefully is talking to people in a
Exactly.
better way than a robot would. Now, you mentioned demand, and I'm really curious, what does demand for Digit from corporations tell you about the state of the economy and the general supply of labor in this country?
Well, we're in a tough situation because these jobs in the logistics area alone there's over 1 million jobs that are going unfilled. So we can't find people right now to step into these jobs. And that number has been accelerating. It was about 600,000 just a few years back. Part of what's going on in the logistics area is we all love our next day delivery or 2-day delivery, and that puts a heavy burden on these logistics facilities to turn product around quickly and get it shipped out the door. And so the more that becomes an expectation for each of us, the more of a burden it comes onto that logistics facility to find somebody to step into those roles. So in that area alone, the demand is great and growing. And you can see very much a replication of that across other industries. So right now, when you look across industries, it's almost uncapped, the need for some device to step in and take over these sorts of jobs.
Because the people just aren't filling those jobs.
Right, and you really can think of these as tasks. They're parts of jobs that somebody has to do for a certain amount of their 8-hour shift. And I almost don't even want to call it a job because it's just something that has to get done. You want to free people up to learn new features and new skills inside these facilities, to become perhaps the manager of the fleet of robots, giving that person a digital job that they never would have had access to before if all they did was the physical part of the job. So it's really trading cycles, giving the dull, repetitive, sometimes injury-prone jobs or tasks to the robot, and giving the job or the career to the person who's managing the robot.